How did humans first make pets? 15,000 years ago, a wolf walked toward a human campfire and didn't run. That single decision changed the course of two species forever. It created your dog. It created the entire idea of a pet. And it happened before agriculture, before writing, before cities, back when humans were still hunting mammoths. So how did a top predator become man's best friend? The answer isn't what you think. We didn't tame the wolf. In a very real sense, the wolf tamed itself. For decades, the popular version went like this. A caveman found a wolf pup, raised it by hand, and slowly bred it into a dog. It's a nice image. It's also almost certainly false. Wolves are not easy animals to raise. Even hand-reared from birth, adult wolves stay dangerous, territorial, and deeply resistant to taking orders from a human. No hunter-gatherer band, living hand-to-mouth, would have had the spare food or patience to raise apex predators as pets on purpose. So if we didn't choose the wolf may have chosen us. Picture an Ice Age human camp. Every day people butcher meat, crack bones, and toss scraps at the edge of the firelight. That garbage pile is a buffet, if you're brave enough to approach it. Most wolves wouldn't dare. Wolves are hardwired to fear anything large, upright, and unfamiliar. But within any wolf population, individuals vary. A small number are born with slightly lower fear responses, calmer nervous systems, more curiosity, less flight instinct. Those wolves could creep close enough to scavenge. The terrified wolves stayed away and went hungry. The bold but calm wolves ate well, survived winters, and passed on their genes. Generation after generation, camp followers kept selecting themselves for one trait above all: tolerance of humans. Nobody was breeding them on purpose. Proximity to people became, by accident, the single biggest survival advantage a wolf could have. Scientists call this self-domestication, evolution driven not by human intention, but by an animal adapting to a human-shaped environment. Here's where it gets genuinely bizarre, and where the real proof of this theory comes from. In the 1950s, a Russian scientist named Dmitry Belyaev tried to recreate this process on Fast Forward. He bred silver foxes, generation after generation, selecting only for one trait: calmness around humans. Nothing else. Within a few fox generations, something unexpected happened. The foxes didn't just get friendlier, their ears started to flop, their tails began to curl, coat colors changed, patches of white appeared, skulls got shorter, and they started barking. Nobody bred for any of that. It came along for free, because the genes controlling stress hormones and fear responses are tangled up biologically with the genes controlling ear cartilage, pigment, and skull shape. Select for tameness, and you accidentally select for floppy ears and puppy-like faces too. This is called domestication syndrome, and it explains why dogs, completely independently on a completely different timeline, ended up with the same cute features: soft ears, wagging tails, patchy coats, that permanently youthful face we can't resist. Wolves didn't evolve to look cute, they evolved to be calm, and cute came bundled in. Once these camp wolves were calm enough to be nearby, a second stage began. This time, humans took the wheel. The friendliest, most useful wolves were tolerated, maybe fed on purpose, maybe kept around because they barked at approaching predators or helped corner prey during a hunt. Their pups, born near humans, imprinted on people from birth, the way a dog raised with a family today bonds instantly, in a way a wild-caught adult wolf never could. Over thousands of years, this loose relationship tightened into deliberate breeding. Humans started choosing which dogs bred with which, for hunting, herding, guarding, or simply for company. That's the moment useful camp animal became something closer to what we'd recognize as a dog. Genetic evidence now suggests this whole process was underway by at least 15,000 years ago. Some researchers argue over $20,000, making the dog humanity's oldest domesticated animal, older than farming itself. This is the part that should give you chills. Dogs were not created to serve a purpose. They emerged from a two-way relationship, wolves adapting to survive near us, and us slowly learning to live alongside them. Every other pet story that followed, cats slinking into grain stores to hunt mice, humans later choosing rabbits and birds and goldfish purely for companionship, echoes that same pattern. It's the origin of a strange, ancient idea that another species could be not just prey, not just competition, but a member of the family. We didn't just tame an animal 15,000 years ago, we invented companionship itself. So the next time your dog rests its head on your lap, remember what you're actually looking at. You're not looking at a domesticated wolf, you're looking at the descendant of the boldest, calmest individuals from an Ice Age population. Animals that took an evolutionary gamble on trusting humans, and won. They chose us first, we just never let them go.